How did the world's most dominant mobile phone company lose everything in less than a decade? In 2008, Nokia controlled 40% of the global mobile phone market. This immense dominance rested on an unmatched manufacturing and distribution system. Devices like the iconic Nokia 1100, 1110, and 3210 sold hundreds of millions of units, earning widespread trust in rapidly expanding markets. These basic phones succeeded because they were highly affordable, durable, and ran for days on a single charge. Nokia firmly secured its position by building close relationships with network carriers and establishing retail channels that competitors could not match. It was a hardware-first business built for volume, massive scale, and physical reliability. In this era, mobile success depended entirely on global logistics and manufacturing power, areas where the Finnish giant operated without any rival. On June 29, 2007, Apple launched the iPhone, selling 1.39 million units in its first 6 months. Steve Jobs presented a new product logic: touchscreen interaction, direct app distribution, and integrated software. Consumers now judged phones as software platforms rather than simple physical devices. Then, on September 23, 2008, the HTC Dream debuted as the first commercial Android phone. Running Google's open-source operating system, it gave Nokia's rivals a customizable platform to scale across their own hardware. The mobile market instantly became a battle of software ecosystems. Nokia's critical vulnerability lay within its own software division. For years, the company relied on Symbian, a legacy platform pre-installed on roughly 450 million mobile phones. However, Symbian was never designed for modern capacitive touchscreens. Instead of consolidating around a single modern operating system, Nokia fractured its engineering resources across multiple incompatible software paths. The launch of the Ovi store in May 2009 failed to bridge the gap as developers struggled with inconsistent APIs and UI layers. In November 2009, Nokia introduced the Linux-based N900 running Maemo, but quickly pivoted. By June 2011, it showcased the MeeGo-powered N9, only to cancel the platform shortly after. This constant shifting created deep organizational silos and slowed product updates. One developer noted that having multiple versions of an operating system across a product line probably does more harm than good. Without a stable software center, Nokia's fragmented lineup could not keep pace with a rapidly unifying mobile market. Apple captured high margin value by vertically integrating hardware, software, and services into a single cohesive stack. Simultaneously, Google scaled Android horizontally, allowing dozens of rival manufacturers to adopt its open operating system. For third-party developers, these platforms offered predictable code bases, massive scale, and clear monetization. For consumers, value shifted from physical phone durability to the entire application ecosystem. This division illustrates a core tenet of platform theory. As scholar Annabelle Gower notes, market dominance requires transitioning from a closed product to an active, multi-sided ecosystem. Nokia's hardware incumbency failed to convert into platform leadership. On February 8, 2011, new Chief Executive Officer Stephen Elop sent an internal memo comparing Nokia to a worker standing on a burning oil platform. It was a blunt admission that Symbian and MeeGo could not compete. Days later, Nokia announced a partnership, making Microsoft's Windows Phone its primary operating system. In November 2011, the flagship Lumia 800 arrived, but the platform failed to gain traction. Nokia's smartphone sales collapsed from 24.2 million units in 2011 to 11.9 million in 2012. Organizational restructurings and market exits followed. By 2013, annual revenue plummeted to $5.9 billion, down from its $75.8 billion peak in 2008. In September 2013, Microsoft purchased Nokia's Devices and Services division for €5.44 billion. History doesn't remember the biggest companies. It remembers the ones that adapted when the world changed. In business, standing still is often the fastest way to fall behind. Subscribe to follow our business case studies. Nokia's collapse offers a clear blueprint for the modern platform economy. First, hardware dominance is hollow without a thriving software ecosystem. Value rewards those who build multi-sided platforms, not just physical products. Second, organizational scale is only an asset if it remains adaptable. When category definitions shift, legacy processes can become fatal internal constraints. Ultimately, whether viewed as a victim of rapid structural disruption or a failure of internal execution, Nokia's legacy remains the ultimate cautionary tale. True market leadership requires constant alignment around user experience, proving that even the most massive crown can slip when a giant fails to evolve. History doesn't remember the biggest companies. It remembers the ones that adapted when the world changed. In business, standing still is often the fastest way to fall behind. Subscribe for more.